A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed. And yeah, I will apologize if the bench over here is not really going to be my spot for a while. I mean, I happen to find it better to be over here anyways. But you know what though? That's not really the point why I'm coming back here. I've already said that there isn't going to be a lot of episodes for you to look out for, so of course, please be sure to have some patience, if you will, and also try to see if you can probably help me out by giving me some ideas of your own, or simply put, just relating to a certain article or something, which I could pretty much do a little in-depth review of. But at this point, I don't have many ideas to choose from. So stick with me in case if you're wanting to find out more about what happens. I will occasionally bring up more updates, but anyways, until I pretty much run out, I got a few more left to go. So what I'm going to talk about here is just a little summarization on how dart foam construction has evolved. So with that being said, let me just go ahead and break it down from the beginning. Rain Gaillard, the inventor of the Nerf ball, partnered up with Parker Brothers in an effort to create the Nerf ball, and by that time, it managed to sell millions within a couple years. But then in 1989, we had ourselves the Blasta ball, which of course was made by the same brand itself, Nerf. And eventually, by the 90s, Nerf itself managed to get a whole lot better, releasing new blasters and new different ways to put it all together. There would also be the Super Soaker, which of course was invented by the same person. The Nerf gun and the Super Soaker were both invented around the same time, during the end of the 80s. And of course, you could probably thank Lonnie for doing it all for us. Lonnie, of course, has had ourselves a lot of inspiration and like. Being the inventor of the Nerf blaster, the Super Soaker, and the like, I just don't even know what else to say about this. But I will pretty much give out a little bit to say that it might definitely get better. And Lonnie's dream of having a really, really big brand like this has certainly come true. Really good. But anyways, dart foam construction. There's not many ways you can probably look at it, but I will simply point out firsthand that the 1995 crossbow, which is just it, that's what its name is, it's the crossbow, from 1995. It had a pullback in the stock, and of course it fired arrows, but you could also use original mega darts for it. I just simply call them old school darts, or OS darts, simply because compared to today's mega darts, which are still ongoing by the way, the old school mega darts, so to say, have had a different foam construction, and they had a different size, different shape and the like, and they usually ended in a suction cup based tip. But in terms of construction overall, just about every single Nerf dart out there has had some type of foam built into it, whether if it's urethane foam, soft foam, polyfill foam, or if it's memory foam, or if it's some really strong durable foam or something of the sort. Nerf has basically been through a lot of innovation as well as a lot of different evolutionary tactics when it comes to the fabrication of the Nerf dart itself. But let's not forget, aside from the dart, we've also had the Nerf missile, the Nerf arrows, which are reminiscent of the Big Bad Bow or the Blazing Bow, and of course, in more recent times when it comes to bows and arrows, we've had ourselves the Nerf bolt. The bolt, of course, is very similar to what you could probably have from a spear gun. The spear launcher, the spear bolts, that's essentially why I call these new ones the bolts. Nerf bolts, essentially. Missiles, of course, have also been a pretty big thing out there. And even to this day, we still do get blasters that will fire these types of missiles, or rockets as they're called. But as far as my knowledge, based on what rockets are in the Nerf lineup, you could probably go ahead and take a look at the Titan, which of course is one of the only rocket launchers to ever exist. Other than that, they're just missile launchers. But in terms of foam construction, just about every single one of them from each and every new generation has had a different story to tell. To start with the streamlined darts, for example, the Tagger dart, Whistler dart, Sonic darts, Micro dart, Whistler darts, and the like, they've all had the same type of orangish colored foam on them, or black foam, as the Sonic darts have had back then. And they've each had the same type of foam compound, which is somewhat flimsy in a way. This would in fact cause some breaking onto it, but it would also allow for some of these darts to get jammed occasionally. But then when the Elite lineup came along, we were granted a new type of dart out there, the Elite dart. And even to this day, we still do get the same old kind of construction on it, as the Elite dart's design and the like, in terms of its foam construction and whatnot, have managed to cross over into every single other franchise possible. It was able to cross into certain lineups that Nerf has offered after 2012, including the Zombie Strike lineup, Rebel lineup, Doomlands lineup, Alien Menace lineup, Alpha Strike lineup, and others out there. But in a pinch, the Elite lineup itself was the one that really started it all when it comes to the modern fabrication of the Nerf dart. It still continues to this day, much to our surprise. 8 years of continuous innovation and evolution, as well as the bring up of tons of new blasters left and right, from the smallest to the largest, have certainly been quite a big endeavor, an adventure of a lifetime. But to close off this whole entire thing itself, the Nerf dart still does have some faults out there. And I can back this up with the fact that sometimes, whether if it's an Elite dart, Mega dart, Ultra dart, Old School dart, Missile, Rocket, Arrow, Bolt, or anything else entirely, the construction, of course, can have a lot of cons, but at the same time it can also have a lot of pros. So of course, that's pretty much just what you need to know there. But who knows what the next decade alone is going to bring us. It is in fact June of 2020. So who knows exactly what we could potentially find here. But in any case, I certainly do hope that there is going to be a lot of new stuff here to talk about. But as of right now, I'm just not entirely sure about how we're going to be able to do such a thing. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.